Last summer, I flew commercially to Bozeman, Montana for a visit to gorgeous Yellowstone National Park. Along the way, I discovered Gardenier Airport, a small, uncontrolled airstrip just north of the park. As a private pilot, I knew I had to fly there myself one day. Now, fast forward to October, I decided to turn that dream into reality. Because this is an unfamiliar area for me, combined with high terrain and challenging weather, I decided that I needed a safety pilot with me. I reached out on the Airplanes and Coffee Facebook group to find a safety pilot, and the CFI named Carter, who does small airplane deliveries all around the world, expressed interest in joining the adventure. We planned a multi-day journey with a mission to capture amazing views of Yellowstone and hopefully land at Gardenier Airport. On the morning of departure, we met at Van Nuys Airport, mounted 6 GoPro cameras on the Cirrus SR22 Turbo, November 5 to 8 Charlie Mike, and prepared the first leg of the trip. Flying IFR, we headed to St. George Airport for coffee and fuel. This is just the beginning of an incredible aviation journey filled with beautiful landscapes, storm dodging, and unforgettable experiences. I highly suggest you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
Hello, I'm First Officer Jansen, and you're watching Intercept Flight.
Van Nuys clearance, good morning. November 528 Charlie Mike, picking up IFR, please.
528 Charlie Mike, Van Nuys clearance, clear to Sierra Golf Uniform via the New Hall 1 departure, Daggett transition, then it's filed, maintain 4,000, expect 13,000, 10 minutes after departure. SoCal departure frequency 124.6, squawk 4623.
Ground, good morning. November 528 Charlie Mike with Romeo at Mach 1, IFR taxi, please.
Cirrus 528 Charlie Mike, Van Nuys ground, runway 16 right, taxi to Alpha Charlie.
16 right, Alpha Charlie, 528 Charlie Mike. Last time I flew, this guy issued a PPD to another pilot. He kept arguing with him. He was like, you know what? Possible pilot deviation, give me a call.
Got the phone number.
He did.
The dreaded phone number.
Yeah. Have you ever got one?
No, I have not.
Yeah, me too.
Alright,
God, really
Cirrus
scored.
8 Charlie Mike traffic on final, therefore the parallel runway, the winds are 140 at 4, runway 16 right, clear for takeoff.
16 right, clear for takeoff, 528 Charlie Mike. Alright, Cirrus 160 confirms 1000, 1000, 1000, 50.
Cirrus 8 Charlie Mike, contact SoCal 124.6.
SoCal departure, good morning, Cirrus 528 Charlie Mike, 1700, climbing 4000, New 1.
Cirrus 528 Charlie Mike, SoCal, Birch, Limit, altimeter 3000, you are radar contact, I'm going to maintain 13,000.
I maintain 13,000, 528 Charlie Mike. Okay, 13,000.
Wow, never heard that before, ever.
5 never look off, contact Mike 0,
So 13,000 and still on heading 113.
Okay.
13,000, send, you see it?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, oxygen.
We're good.
Power level. Power lever.
Yes, I'm just going to reduce it to avoid this yellow.
Okay. Mixture.
Full range.
Flaps.
Mike 537, contact first 134.2.
I'm going to do 120, yes.
Flagship 537.
Fuel pump.
Boost.
Fuel flow.
The green.
And engine parameters.
We're going to take a look at the engine parameters with CHTs are in great shape.
Would you like to go engine page or just look?
Yeah, engine page, please.
All engine parameters are in the green.
Thank you so much.
Charlie Mike, turn left 7320 by request.
Left 320, 528 Charlie Mike.
Okay, your controls for a sec, please.
Alright, my controls.
Your controls. It's the first time I fly this early, and that's why I think they cleared us straight to 13,000. Otherwise
it's
it
not too
goes.
busy.
Delta Delta
Yeah.
checking in 3,500. That's for the coverage for the customer 3000.
Yeah, it's so much better flying in the morning.
Is it?
Air's better, not as busy,
553, turn right.
better for the engine, better for the wings.
That's true, yeah.
Well, in a turbocharged aircraft, it doesn't make too much of a difference.
Yeah.
Naturally aspirated, definitely in the morning is better. And everything associated with mountain flying is better in the morning as well.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Not as windy.
Not as windy. Oftentimes, you have cumulus buildup as well, and that always builds up in the afternoons.
Yeah.
The wind, the mountain wave, turbulence, everything gets worse in the afternoons.
So what other survival gears do you carry on you?
For the Atlantic crossings?
You do that.
Or for just right now?
For just right now.
314 Tango Papa.
Just right now, really not. Honestly, I don't care very much for cross land. I just have the portable radio, water, and snacks.
Direct lap, Big Stripe 553.
That direct radio, I think it's from the pilot store or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joshua approach, Cirrus 528, Charlie Mike, 11700, climbing 13000.
528 Charlie Mike, Josh approach, good morning. The Palmdale altimeter is 2905. Clear direct Daggett.
905, direct Daggett, 528 Charlie Mike.
0457 29958 November Delta.
Then the frequency for the Unicom there will be...
Alright, November Delta, radar contact 2 miles northeast of...
The AWAS is 135.075.
4,500.
Then 123.075, that's the CNAV. I mean, considering some of the flights that you take, for you this is like therapy, right? This is like the ultimate relaxed. You don't even bother telling people that you actually went flying today.
I was actually, when my friend tagged me in the post and I saw it, it looked like a nice little break from what I'm normally doing.
Okay.
It's still definitely a challenge. You don't want to treat any flight as easy.
That's true. That's
because
true.
it's going to be the flight that you treat as easy that's going to get you.
That's gonna get you, yeah.
Complacency is the biggest
Complacency,
enemy.
yeah. Yeah, look at that flying early in the morning. CHTs are in amazing shape. Now let me ask you something. Sometimes when I'm flying, like I'll see this airport is Oscar 4 Charlie Alpha, right? But if I go to the nearest, here it shows it. But sometimes there'll be an airport that's very close here within gliding distance, but it doesn't pop up here. So I'm not sure if it factors in the runway that you need, like let's say it's 1,800, then it's not gonna bother putting it here, or do you know why?
I don't know why. We could test it if we want to try to find an airport with a really short runway within glide distance.
Okay.
And then look, because I mean these runways are long, so definitely
Right.
these runways are long.
Okay.
So if you can find an airport, like maybe one of these other private ones, depending on what the runway distance is.
So this is 5,800.
Long.
11 Charlie Lima. Is it here even? See, it's not here. And we're flying today with a very experienced Carter.
32.5.
Carter has been wanting to fly with me for many years. He kept saying, I want your experience. No,
I've been
not
begging,
true.
no, I've been begging and begging. Don't let him tell you that it's not true.
Totally not true.
Vegas 1, Josh, have you
I was looking for an experienced pilot to join me on this sort of new trip for me. And out of everyone that reached out, I thought Carter sort of displayed extreme experience and enthusiasm. So I'm lucky to have him. Thank you for joining me today.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Of course.
You have a lot more experience in this aircraft than I do. But
That's, yeah.
oh, we got him.
right here.
Sorry about that. 528 Charlie Mike, ready?
Contact LA Center 132.5.
132.5. Good day, Charlie Mike.
32.5.
132.5. You got it?
Yep. Oh. Los Angeles Center, good morning. Cirrus 528 Charlie Mike, level 13,000.
Number 528 Charlie Mike, Los Angeles Center, good morning. The Daggett altimeter 2996. Looks like 2993, 2993.
93, 528 Charlie Mike.
Airport elevation is 3,000 feet, 2,900. Traffic pattern altitude 3,900. And then they both are left traffic. But let me see if I can get like a weather update. KSG.
3 contact LA 12572.
Then weather.
Through the Matango.
210 at 8 knots, so that favors runway 19er. Have you had how many students passed and became pilots?
Well, I haven't been instructing very long, so just one student. And
Okay.
then I have 3 with check rides and upcoming.
Okay.
Month and a half.
LA Center Southwest
Okay.
3244.
What was interesting in Mach 1 is my instructor was teaching somebody private,
Also given 290 or better.
and supposedly she thought he's ready, she scheduled it, and he got scared and he didn't go and he just stopped flying.
Oh, wow.
So that was a bit unusual. I switched it, thanks by the way.
Okay. The mental side of flying can be a bigger part than a lot of people realize.
Yeah.
Well, especially early on.
Maintain level 210.
So maintain level 210 Southwest 3244.
So I have an interesting flight today because we're flying to St. George, and then after that, when we land in St. George, get something to drink and then look at how the weather is doing, so that because there's some airmets and sigmets towards you see all those green cells. So the green ones, would you fly, let's say that you're flying and there's a green cell, would you press on? Or would you deviate around the green cell?
Generally, green cells, nothing to worry about. That's light terrain, and you can see on the bottom there, on the scale, goes from green, yellow,
Sure.
and then the red and magenta.
Okay.
The green and yellow, you know, look visually, see what it's doing. Generally, you can fly through those, and then the red and the magenta,
2242.
I would exercise caution, usually deviate.
Okay. So you told me that you've never flown a Diamond, right?
Correct.
But there was like an opportunity.
Opportunity to.
Okay.
And so, have you flown the Diamond?
I haven't, no, but I'm going to Austria. I'm taking my dog to
Charlie
Austria.
Mike, I have a reroute for you for the preferential through Vegas approach when you're ready.
We're ready to copy 528 Charlie Mike.
November 8 Charlie Mike, you're cleared direct to Danby, which is Delta Alpha, November Bravo Yankee. Join Victor 21 to Mormon Mesa, which is Mike direct St. George.
Delta Alpha November Bravo Yankee. Join Vector 21 to triple MVOR, then direct to St. George. 528 Charlie Mike, same altitude.
You read that correct?
You just have your private and instrument, correct?
Correct.
So if you do your commercial, one of the maneuvers that's required is an accelerated stall. And what you do is go into a steep turn and then start pulling back on the controls until you get initial indication of a stall. And you'll see it at a much higher airspeed than straight and level stall.
What would be the initial indication of a stall? The horn or?
The horn, or on some airplanes you can hear the wind actually slapping the top of the wing, or slight buffet.
Okay.
But it's first indication, so whatever that airplane indicates first. Like this airplane, you'd probably hear the stall warn.
The maneuver that
Romeo Lima, contact LA Center.
made me the most uncomfortable was the power on stall. Because you have no reference in the sky on clear days, and then one of the wing drops, and then the natural tendency is to correct with the aileron, which you shouldn't, right? You should correct with the rudder.
Correct.
Yeah, so.
And the reason for that is just when you try to correct with the aileron, so say the right wing dropped, and you try to correct with the aileron this way, that aileron goes up, this aileron goes down, you've now changed the chord line of the wing and increased the angle of attack.
Right.
And that just puts it deeper into the stall.
Yeah.
It accelerates.
You might spin it, huh?
Yeah, and there's a good chance to spin it.
Did you see that Brazilian ATR that had a flat spin?
I did.
Not too long ago?
Yeah, and then Blanco Lirio just released a video covering the initial report.
I saw that, yeah.
The preliminary report just came out.
Blanco Lirio actually interviewed, you know, Captain Christopher Benham, the guy who had the fan blade broke on the way to Hawaii, and he flew the airplane with one engine.
Yep. Oh, Blanco Lirio interviewed him?
He did, yeah. That was a good entry.
I bet that was a good interview.
How many hours do you have? Like 1,800, I think you told me?
Alpha uniform.
No, I think I said in the text 980. I'm about somewhere 995.
Okay.
1317.
But I mean, there should be a conversion factor when you fly alone to Hawaii. Every hour should be counted as like 10 normal hours for other people. For you guys that don't know, Carter does deliveries of airplanes around the world, Hawaii to India to places, I mean, that are extremely far.
Not as glamorous as it sounds.
It doesn't, huh? No, it's not.
A lot of sitting in an airplane and having to use the restroom and being really far away from a restroom.
So how do you stretch your legs when you are on an 8-hour? Like, how long is the flight from Hawaii? Do you fly from Los Angeles to Hawaii?
Monterey. Monterey is the departure point.
Monterey, okay.
Yeah, it's the closest. It's the best point to launch in a small single-engine plane.
Okay, and then how long is the flight to Hawaii?
Depending on the winds, it's very dependent on the winds, but it'll be around 13 to 14 hours.
How do you stretch your legs?
You just slide the seat back as far as you can and get your legs straight. And it's really important to keep flexing, like kind of like this, like flexing your leg and flexing your butt, kind of, because you could get that stagnant flow of blood in your legs sitting like this. You're kind of cutting off circulation a little bit to your legs, get that tingly feeling. It's really important to keep moving your legs around. And that's really all you can do. You can't stand up and walk around.
Okay, so you carry your food with you, I'm sure.
Yep.
Then do you like read a book, or how do you stay busy?
Usually bring a book along. There's quite a bit. I mean, it sounds boring, but you're pretty fixated on monitoring the status of the airplane, monitoring the engine, the temperatures, the pressures, the fuel flow, the sound of the engine, making your position report, keep an eye on ground speed and endurance, and making sure that it's still looking like, because you pick a point that is your decision point, where if you get to there and you've decided to continue going, you can't turn around anymore.
Okay.
You've now committed. It's kind of like V1 on a multi-engine plane. You've committed to the takeoff. You've committed to the flight. There's no turning around.
Okay.
So monitoring that type of stuff, it keeps you fairly busy. But yeah, usually I'll bring along a book and also listen to music.
Okay. So in that point, you monitor your fuel. If you consumed more fuel, reaching that point is also one of the things you need to look at is, okay, now I need to turn back, this is not going to work.
Yeah, so if the winds were worse than expected, you're getting a headwind, and you've consumed more fuel by the time you get to that point, whatever that designated point is, that might be one of the situations where you're going to want to turn around and come back.
Okay.
Eagle Foxtrot, ready to go.
Has that ever happened to you?
I've not had it happen yet.
Okay.
Usually we're very careful. We'll wait several days until the winds are favorable.
Okay.
As long as the winds are favorable and the forecast is accurate, which most of the time aviation forecasts are fairly accurate.
It is.
Usually you're good to go.
So why don't you tell us the most interesting delivery that you have done?
Actually, one of the more interesting deliveries, interesting in kind of in monotonous nature, was earlier this year. I took a 172 from Florida to California, which should only be like a little over 20 hours. And it took me over 30 hours because I had an average headwind component of about 40 knots.
Oh, wow.
The entire way. And I was looking down and seeing cars pass me on the freeway. Because I was in a 172 going about 65, 70 knots over the ground on a lot of the legs.
Wow.
So that was
That's a new 172, huh?
Yeah, that was 172 SP with the G1000.
Okay.
2005, I believe that one was.
Okay.
Southwest 3.
Have you been to St. George before?
I have not.
Yeah, me too. But I've done the Grand Canyon tour, extremely beautiful.
Oh, you have?
2 times and landed at Page Airport. Great views of Lake Powell. And we are on Victor 21, 2 MMM. So what I can do is bug heading, fly the heading.
7 Heavy, climb and maintain flight level 190.
Now we can change the CDI to nav 1.
Level 190.
Go to course, push in. And there's our backup. Now we can go back to CDI, there is the GPS, fly the nav. And now we have the backup.
Departure Southwest 17.
I like that. That's a good habit.
3700, climbing via the Gidget 2.
St. George Regional Airport. Automated weather observation. 1640 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky conditions clear. Temperature 20 Celsius. Dew point 00 Celsius. Altimeter 29er.
Okay, you have the numbers?
Yep, we have the 1 minute weather.
Yep.
Density altitude 4.
Charlie Mike, Roger. Try to maintain 10, 10,000. Report the field of sight.
10, 10,000, 528 Charlie Mike.
Stop the 1722. Contact LA Center 3555.
Oxygen.
We are good.
Altimeter.
Set.
Cabin heat defrost.
We're good.
Landing light.
Is on.
1722.
Fuel system.
Check.
Power lever.
As required.
Center Delta 2016 out of
And we're not doing rapid descent.
Or not.
2016.
Mixture
LA Center
as required.
Compatible 230.
And CH3 is above 240. Brake pressure.
Check.
Under 0616, looking at traffic. When
you.
you make that turn at your
And next will be the before landing checklist. Thank you.
Cirrus, descending on 12,500 for 10.
Probably gonna get a traffic alert now.
Approach to St. George.
Or 30 miles.
53 Mike, clear to visual for St. George Airport.
Okay, for the visual approach, we'll do runway 19er, St. George, 528 Charlie Mike.
528 Charlie Mike, radar services are interpreted for cancellation of IFR. This frequency or on the ground 133.3 and 332. Good day.
We can cancel now. We can cancel IFR now, and we appreciate the help. 528 Charlie Mike.
528 Charlie Mike, IFR cancellation with you. Squawk VFR 53. Good day.
Good day, squawking VFR 528 Charlie Mike. St. George traffic number 528 Charlie Mike, Cirrus SR22, 10 miles to the southwest. We'll maneuver to overfly the airport at 4,500, join left downwind, runway 19 at full stop, St. George. Right downwind?
Yeah, so we just got the helicopter right downwind and light sport on final for
Okay.
And the light sport aircraft didn't specify full stop or touch and go, so we'll just be aware of he's most likely a touch and go. I think he's doing traffic work,
Okay.
pattern work.
St. George traffic number 528 Charlie Mike is now midfield, left downwind, runway 19 at full stop, St. George.
Alright, seatbelts and shoulder harnesses.
Traffic light 4290 Mike.
Okay, your seatbelts are good, mine are good. Fuel pump is on boost. Mixture, full rich.
Flaps.
Below 150, flaps 50. Before landing checklist is complete, thank you. St. George traffic number 528 Charlie Mike, turning left base runway 19 and full stop, St. George. White arc,
500.
flaps full.
And straight in final is clear. Clear to
Thank
the
you.
right.
St. George traffic number 528 Charlie Mike, turning final approach runway 19 and full stop, St. George.
St. George traffic, helicopter 66 Hotel Victor, clear of 19 at Alpha 2 taxi.
Power to idle. St. George traffic number 528 Charlie Mike, exiting on Alpha 2. I'll ask him to fill the oxygen too.
Okay.
very bad weather here in Salt Lake